All right. So that was episode 7.
Luke Cage, Netflix, a lot of shit happened this episode.
A lot of shit happened this episode.
Goddamn.
This is getting intense. So where to start? Where does this episode actually begin? I can only
God.
think of how where one ends and one begins is totally a blur after you've seen them all in a row.
That's what I was saying last time. Is it's I would have thought that, like marathoning it would have made it easier. It was actually harder because I'm like, wait, did that happen this episode? Or
Well, let's
last
just talk
episode
about
or whatever?
what we know happened this episode. So
Yeah.
fucking Cottonmouth is dead.
I was gonna say let's cut
He
to the
dead.
biggest thing. Yeah, he's
you know, his cousin killed his ass.
that was great.
And they're about to frame Luke Cage for this murder.
I am super. So this is like impressively interesting, or like whatever, because they humanized him a lot. So,
Yeah.
so maybe we could have seen it coming, but then yeah, she just fucking kills him completely, and her life.
I said she would snap. I knew she
We've been
would snap.
talking about she's spiraling out of
Snapping,
control, and her whole life is falling to pieces, and she's got shades whispering like the devil on her shoulder,
Yeah.
like come on, embrace the big mama Mabel, whatever, and like do your thing or whatever the fuck, and like now she's gonna be doing that thing, I guess, or whatever.
Most definitely.
Because she just took the first important step. So like I guess now she like inherits that thing.
Well, Shade's definitely
Shades.
gonna groom her to be
Yeah.
the next whatever, because she's got the nerve, as he puts it, and you know she's crazy. She's got the political aspirations already, so she can run a criminal empire.
She was already like
And,
the
yeah.
manipulative crazy. Yeah, and if anyone says like I don't like this, what's happening, you should just cut off their finger. Or whatever
Yeah,
the
well,
fuck is happening.
before this time
Yeah.
round, I would have been like, well, she's the calculating one, and he was kind of like the the off the cuff crazy one.
Yeah.
But now, like, she still has that. She's clearly still a smart person who's thinking things through and has some outside the box thinking on how to take care of Luke Cage.
Right.
But then she snapped and fucking killed her cousin, so she might just be a wild card all through and through now.
They seem to have that same genetic like thing or whatever, but they're different paths in life, and that was
Yes.
the theme of the episode, has left them in this place. So like he really, and like people kept saying it, and I kept forgetting to say it in the last couple of reviews or like whatever. But he was sort of like, and like Shade says it like, do not let this Luke Cage guy let you like fuck like drive you to make you
Yes.
stupid or whatever.
And that's how it happened.
And that's totally what happens. And he gets his like temper and his like frustration, and then he shoots the cop, and then he's fucking, he has to go whatever. And from there it just goes downhill until this basically moment where.
But like he
you know,
wasn't wrong for like a lot of the stupid shit he did. Like Luke
Yeah.
Cage is not just a thorn in his side. It was
Yeah.
stopping everything from working for him, and he
Yeah.
needed to take care of that problem. Because if you don't take care of that problem and just focus on yourself or whatever a Shade wanted him to do, it wasn't gonna. It wasn't gonna stop anything. Luke was still gonna like bankrupt him after bankrupt him and
Yeah.
like
He
take
was
his money, take
definitely
his business, ruin his
dismantling
shit.
and enterprises or whatever.
Yeah, so he
I
had to
think,
take care of that.
Yes, I think Shades' point was just don't let it get in your head and make
Yeah.
you stupid or whatever the fuck. And by the end, he had kind of rallied and been like, all right, I just like me killing the cop blew over.
He got out of
and
jail. And it's all good.
I did some Googling, and now I'm gonna blackmail Luke Cage. He's just gonna fall in line. This is his community. He's not gonna run. He had it all worked out. Shade's like, all right, I don't really like the way that's going, whatever the fuck. But then the running with the cousin happens anyway, and
Yeah.
so like tragically almost or whatever.
Oh, I knew right when he said like, I saw you flirting with Uncle Pete.
know.
Like it was like, oh, it's going down, and it went
She
down.
Fucking, you could hear a loud snapping sound being picked up there. No, so like that segues nicely into like I was saying. So this episode had a few flashbacks now, where you got to see him more as a kid, and this was like a Fisk-esque like tortured childhood,
Yeah.
and like I just said, like you humanize this character a lot. Where I was starting to be like, okay, like yes, because like people are like one-dimensional characters. Where like he's the horrible gangster, brutal man, or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck. But now it's like, no, listen, he's and he still has like a keyboard in his office. His office has like 3 things in it, and he goes and
Yes.
plays it still to this day. Even though that was the same, like with his like bloody hands after the fucking thing. That's great. That's like
When
that
he-
fucking painting with Fisk.
When he gets pushed through the fucking window and falls and doesn't die immediately, you see like his hand like, and you're
saw,
like,
like,
oh
glass
no,
sticking
he'll
out,
never play
and
the
you were like,
piano
fuck,
again.
whatever,
And then,
yeah.
then she beats him to death with like a mic stand.
Yeah.
It's like, he'll never do anything again.
Oh, I forgot. No, he's dead or whatever. No, we were saying that out loud. Like, oh shit, is he dead? Is he really dead? Oh no, whatever the fuck. But
Yeah.
that would have been great too, even to have him, because like
Even just crippled would
'Cause-
really change him as a character.
And you would see him playing, and then like he would, they'd like imply that he was thinking about back in the day when he had to shoot Uncle Pete and do all that shit, and how his like hands were shaking, and he was like, "Oh fuck" or whatever. Like it was already this thing in his like that shit's awesome.
When they shot Uncle Pete, though, like they're in houses that are touching each other.
Yeah, they were like,
Like I don't know how he got away with that.
And well, so they tried to like explain that with that window behind in the shot of the person like, I don't want no part of this, and like closing the like blinds or whatever.
I guess she had a lot of power at the time, and
But they shot him up against like one of those wood fences where like the neighbor's yard is on the other end of that fence.
Yes.
So those bullets probably went into like some other like house. So I'm like, fuck, that's not cool.
that was a 22.
But Pete was a scumbag more so than we even thought, and
Yes.
like other shit was happening, and you got to see how Mariah, what's her name? Everyone has 20 different names on this show, I found. But like
Yeah.
May, Mariah, whatever, the councilwoman who
Yes.
snaps, whatever. You saw that she was like 12 or something, and she was like, "Yeah, Uncle Pete, you're about to die. Fuck you." Like she was like on board from the
Yes.
very start, taking after Mama Mabel. I'm like, oh shit.
No, yeah, shit gets real. And speaking of getting real, how this episode ends us. We see like a military style like Humvee looking thing and a sniper rifle aimed out of the thing at Luke, and the guy calls him by his prison name.
Calls him Carl,
He
yeah.
calls him Carl. I was like, this one's Judas for you, Judas, and he
says
shoots
one,
him.
It says one Judas to another, I think.
Yeah.
Who-
so this is probably a
who's the
person
shooter?
from when like Luke went to jail, is probably like one of the things he when he was a cop or a military guy or some part in the setup is now in the fold on some military thing, because if he went to jail it was probably for something sketchy to begin with. This guy could have been someone who kept with that sketchy path until it was
Yeah.
high-ranking Judas
Said
caliber.
He got framed or something. Yeah,
He
there's
got
what-
freighted
freighted.
right in his gut with a fucking Judas bullet.
Yeah, so there's still a lot more to like unveil and like talk about. Like
But
they're
this-
gonna tell us things. But
When they showed us this thing, it shot the sniper. Like when they first
then
showed us this bullet,
exploded.
it shot the guy with the bulletproof vest, and
Yeah.
the guy was laughing like that didn't hurt me at all, and then it blew up and hurt him to
I'm
death.
worried about this,
This
yes.
one got him. The first shot, he was bleeding from the beginning, and then it really started to bleed.
well, so I don't like. Did it explode? They didn't really show that here. I'm worried that it's gonna explode in there. That's gonna be even like a bigger
I don't
problem or
know.
something like that. So this is okay. So like, I think if it's not in Civil War, it's like in something else that you just told me about, right? Where and they already did this in Jessica Jones, but like
Yeah, they did it to
she-
a bad effect in Jessica
like
Jones.
she can't like operate on him. No one
Yeah.
can with his skin and all that shit. So there's a bullet in there now banging around, and if it explodes in there, like I don't know. This is such a
Nah,
cliffhanger.
he's,
Fucking end the
he's
thing.
not gonna die
Of course
because we
not.
know he's in another series
I
coming
know.
up.
I know.
But it's definitely a ooh,
No, that's crazy.
ooh. Yeah, I'm interested.
But
All
it
right.
punched right through. How the fuck did that? All right, there's a bunch of unanswered questions right in the middle of the shit. So we gotta get back into it.
Yeah,
right now.
I gotta know what happens.
Yeah.
All right, bitches.
Yeah.
See you soon.